Welcome back, everyone. This is Julie, and this is Two No Critics and a Cat. I'm buzzing in my seat, very excited for today's episode, and I'm here with my sister and Federica. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
They're always here with me. How have you guys been? What have you done this week?
Great. Honestly, I am so happy. It was nothing related to cinema. It was related to music, actually. But I went to see the Fontaines DC for the first time in Finsbury Park, London. We were 45,000 people, and it was absolutely fantastic.
And on a random Tuesday, my sister decided that mosh pits are her favorite things in the world.
Yeah, and I've done the first mosh pit of my life at 35 years old during Kneecap's performance exhibition.
It was an exhibition on a sense.
I was saying it the Italian way, but in English. Performance. They were one of the support bands of Fontaines, and it was really fun. And I love Fontaines, so it was incredible. I love it, and I should do concerts more often.
Which is very funny because I don't like concerts at all. So
that's my to-do of the week.
Do concerts more often.
My wish list, yes.
Federica, what have you done today, this week, instead of watching 24 episodes of
I basically became one with my couch and my TV. That was great. It was the best couple of weeks of my life. I've rebalanced my chakra by watching TV shows, which I haven't done in a while. But I've been watching stuff back to back, like finishing one thing and starting another. So I've been consistent. I haven't mushed everything together. I was finishing one thing, then starting a new thing, and then starting a new one after
you
I
had
finished
a plan.
the other.
I feel like Netflix put some sort of drugs in their platform, because lately I've been spending a lot more time on Netflix.
I started, I think last week, I already said this, I started with Depth Q on Netflix. Then I moved to an anime. The anime.
Everybody knows this anime, just so you know.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's the
Apothecary
Apothecary Diaries, which I found myself falling in love with the male main character, because why not? You don't have a love life in real life, so you fall in love with characters that don't exist, and drawings, apparently. And then I moved after that to Disney Plus for The Bear last season, and then I moved back to Netflix for The Sandman. One after the other. It was just like, nom, 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 give me all the TV shows.
Absolutely mentioned that.
So you didn't have a life, basically. You just watched.
No, I had a life. This is the life that I want.
Great.
It was.
That's true. I have to say, it's not a bad
It was
life.
the perfect life. No
It's
complaints.
not a bad life at all.
And in this week, Federica did not answer one single message from us, just so you know.
Kinda, yeah.
She was busy.
Yeah, I was lost in other world.
Martina, what did you watch today? Not today, this week.
We went to we managed to go to the cinema twice, because we watched F1, we are talking about this today, and Jurassic World Rebirth. I think we watched F1 at the press screening, right, Feds?
Yes, we did.
Great, thanks to Feds,
the day
obviously.
before it was released in the UK.
Yes, the day before it was released, and then we watched Jurassic World on the day that it was released, I think, or the day after.
I must say, I might have had days made of 48 hours, because I managed to still have a social life, write a movie review, and then watch all the TV shows. I'm quite proud.
Good.
I managed to finish 2 books and watch 2 TV shows and absolutely disappear from the world. But I did attempt Pride this weekend.
Well, yeah.
I just looked after the cat, I have to be honest, and went to the concert, which was...
On my side,
highlight.
I've watched Squid Game. I've watched the first episode that came out of the summer that Hikaru died, which I almost died. But it's beautiful, and and then I watched The Sandman, just commenting with Federica. We were absolutely losing our shit. So
Yeah.
but we will talk about that into another episode, and we are very excited for some news this week, because we got a lot of news. Should I start with the news?
Go.
Yes.
Fantastic. I was very excited. The Odyssey finally got their teaser, which we all watched, and we are very excited. What do we think?
That was
What
good.
do we think? We think it was good. Yes.
Okay. Do we
We'll
like?
talk about it later in detail, but I thought it was good. I wasn't like, oh my God, you know.
Do we like the posters? I do like the posters very much, and I do like that it says "Defy the Gods." I'm very intrigued in that.
Some people said, why is it Defy the Gods? And I'm like, oh,
Because that's the whole
Jesus
point.
Christ, did you read
Jesus Christ.
It's like the main point.
That's
So
the reason
defies
why he's
the gods
lost
for...
at sea. Because he pissed off the gods.
So
Yes.
there's one thing the Italians do when they're in school, which they study the Odyssey and the Iliad. So that's all we do.
And
So when
Along
Divina
with the Divine
Commedia
Comedy as
and-
well.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Divina
so
Commedia.
people when actually go around and they have no idea what they're talking about these 3 books.
Yeah.
It's quite painful for us. So that's why.
Yeah.
Then yes, as I said, The Summer That Hikaru Died actually came out, which is one of the first horror anime that came out, and it came out on Netflix, bought from Netflix, and I'm very excited about that. However, so we finally got the teaser trailer from Ramayana, which is a Bollywood movie that will come out in Diwali 2026 and Diwali 2027. Which we are very excited about, but the thing that I'm most excited about is not mainly the movie, but it's the soundtrack, because the soundtrack is going to be composed by Hans Zimmer and I.R. Rahman, which is basically the person that composed every single Bollywood soundtrack.
He's gonna love the heck out of working with so much different sounds and traditional Indian sounds, probably. So I think he's gonna find he's gonna have a feel.
Well, we got a sneak peek already of the music, which I almost sends panic into my brain and got me into another universe. But yes, I'm very, very excited.
Soundtrack by Hans Zimmer.
When it starts like that, it's a problem. But yeah,
Defy the gods.
defy the gods in my brain. But
He
yes.
Hans Zimmer definitely defied the gods.
So we are very, very excited
Gods
about
of
that.
music.
I'm very excited about that. I almost cried just looking at the trailer. So just so you know.
Yeah.
They also put a lot of money just in the teaser trailer, which was insane. So I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, they don't lack money in India at the moment,
And
especially
Zimmer
in
doesn't need.
the cinematic industry, and they
Yeah,
bought Dineg,
Yeah, it
an
will
Indian
be produced by
company,
Dineg,
which is
so.
the most important VFX company in the world, which Nolan uses pretty much all the time for visual effects.
Which is probably how he got the call of calling Hans Zimmer and be like, there you go, have him.
Yeah, I think Dineg and Framestore are the main ones. Anyway, anything else, or we want to go to
I'm
the
good.
topics of the day?
We can
No,
go
I
to
think
the
it
main
was.
bit.
We can go to the main dish.
The main
for the
dish of the
Cheese.
day is.
So we start with F1 because we watched it first.
Yes.
Feds and I watched it. Julie didn't watch it, but you should, Julie.
I will. Are you joking? Have you
Because-
seen Brad Pitt in the movie? I will.
I have.
I did. My God, I did.
We have. So, because we really liked it, which I have to say, shockingly. I wasn't expecting to like it that much. So F1 is an Apple original movie. I think they've done it in collaboration with Warner Bros.
I think
Well,
Warner
probably
Bros. Probably dealt with the
marketing
probably
budget,
the marketing because it's
Yeah, there's a lot
you
of
can see the difference.
merchandise, marketing. Yeah, you see the difference. Yeah, and Apple paid for the movie, which they paid a lot apparently, because the budget is between $200 and $300 million,
Make it rain.
which is a bit too much, I would say, for a movie like that. But whatever. So it stars Brad Pitt as Sonny Hayes. He's a former 1990s Formula One driver. He has an accident, so basically the accident ends his career, but then he goes back to Formula One to help his friend, played by Javier Bardem, Ruben Cervantes, which is the CEO of this company, which is like a failing team, basically, called the Apex, and he goes back to help him. And we have Brad Pitt. Damson Idris is playing Joshua Pierce, which is Sonny's teammate.
Yeah,
and he's a
co-pilot.
rookie.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem, Ruben Cervantes is the owner of the team, and then we have Kerry Condon, Kate McKenna, which is the technical director of the team, basically. So, Feds,
Yes.
what did you think about it?
So, picture me. The only thing that I knew about F1 was Ferrari. Because, of course, Italian Ferrari is like, oh, the red car, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not too much into Formula One, the race. I found it like every time that in Italy they used to watch it, because it's a big deal to watch it, I almost always got bored. I'm like, I don't understand why I have to watch somebody goes really fast and like chase, like an adrenaline junkie, just chase feel the need to be there, to drive that fast. I find it quite intimidating. So my expectation for the movie were completely like below zero. I was like, maybe it's gonna be entertaining. I don't know. Hopefully, I like it. It kind of gives you a peek behind the curtain of what it is to actually do this sport, and how intricate and complicated it is, and how highly specialized the drivers need to be, and how much they have input into the making of the car, not just driving it. Like they know the course by heart, they study it, they study the machine, the car is built for them and their style.
There's a lot of strategy behind.
There's a lot of strategy behind. Like
he's actually famous for Brad Pitt's character. Sonny is actually famous for strategizing in a very edgy way, like kind of
like unconventionally, so like daredevil, risk taker.
Yeah, but in a smart way. Wow, like brilliant way.
And it makes you see the sport for what it really is, which is not just a solo one person doing everything. It's more of a
sport.
It's a team sport, and this is, I think, precisely the winning like strategy of the movie. The fact that it shows you that, and it shows you how important it is to have a team behind you and to work together. And you cannot be on your own. You cannot be a lone wolf. You have to work together to reach success.
Yeah.
And it was really, it was a really good balance of comedy, thrilling emotions, because the driving, and reflection, and in terms of like human connection and learning from one another.
Yeah,
I think they really did a good service to the sport itself, and I'm not gonna be surprised if more people will start watching the sport and become fan of it, to be honest, because it does a really good service for them to kind of like explain what really means to be a Formula One driver.
I haven't watched the movie, but I can tell you, because when we were younger, we used to watch a lot of Formula One in general.
Yes.
Every Sunday was Formula One time.
Yeah.
Especially because when we were younger,
It was Ferrari, it was Schumacher.
Ferrari
it
was winning it.
Yeah.
Schumacher was
Absolutely.
winning everything.
But the thing is, I wanted to underline the fact that a lot of people don't understand how neurologically debilitating is this sport. Like, they have to be a perfect fit and a perfect match for that car.
It's laser focus for hours.
Apart from like laser focus, they have to physically be fit to be in that car. Like, as long as their neck doesn't move fast enough, they will break it. Like, we're talking about going 200, 300 miles per hour. Like,
It shows you in the movie, they show you the training as well of what they do.
Kilometers per hour.
Yeah, it's like it's for the body. I think it's extremely strenuous. So the training that goes
the
behind
training
it.
he does, they show Joshua Pierce doing the training
to his
and
neck.
It's incredible. Like, he has a helmet on his head attached to a wire, and he's literally doing resistance work
with his neck,
with weights.
His head. And but I loved it as well. I love the dynamic between them, because Brad Pitt is supposed to be his mentor. He's a rookie, supposed to be his mentor, but he's not. He is in his own way, which is funny. Like, they meet in a very
conflicting way.
Yeah, in a very strange way. Like, it's not the way you would expect it, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, he doesn't change to become his mentor. He does manage to be a mentor in his way. And Joshua Pierce, the rookie, doesn't change to go being mentored by him.
Yeah.
Like, they find a way to come together, to understand each other.
Exactly, that's the bit. They understand each other.
One another. And the music is by Hans Zimmer. Even the songs, the pop songs that were in there, I liked it. They fit the vibe, and it does what a movie about Formula One should do, which is we were like anxiety. Excited. There was a thrill, and I was like, oh my god! Like there was the thrill of the race. When we were watching the race, we were actually like supporting like fans, you know. We were like, come on, you know. That's how you feel while you're watching it.
That's what a sport movie or book or anything should do.
It is a great production also. I mean, kudos to Apple. It's like
it's really sharp,
and they use the actual Grand Prix tracks. So they use Silverstone, Monza, Abu Dhabi, Austin. And they involved 10 real F1 teams and drivers. You can see Hamilton, Leclerc, Alonso, and Verstappen in the movie. And they use the real circuits. So I think most of the actual budget went for.
And the other bit that I loved was that usually when they do these kind of like movies, you always have like the love interest, which is like the most beautiful woman that just shows legs, no brain, just looking for attention. In this one, the female characters of the film are both strong in their own way. So there's the mechanic and the sound engineer.
The technical director.
Carrie Condon. Yeah. They're both strong. They're both there to prove something to themselves, but also to other people. And there's like, they're not like gasping for air every time that they see either Brad Pitt or the rookie just coming on. No, they're just there to do their job.
And they're standing their ground. Like they are actually the ones that help. Carrie Condon's character is the one that helps Joshua and Sonny to kind of find their way together in the team, you know.
Gotta love woman in STEM.
Yeah, and Javier Bardem, my God, he made me die. I love that man. Sorry. I love that man.
It's always Lisa Nalgaib whenever you say
but I love that man. He's such a great actor. I like him also as a person. He's done some comments about, you know, women and that I love. Like he had some stupid questions in a press conference and he responded in
all know what you're talking about.
Spectacular way.
Yeah.
Basically, they asked him why he was the only man in the world that he could work with his wife without hating it, and he said that his question was absolutely out of taste.
Yes. He's phenomenal.
I think the reason why the movie works so well is also because of every single actor. As it was, the performance was great. Like Brad Pitt, that is niche.
There is actual. I know that we like to say such a chemistry between but it's true. There's actual chemistry between these actors. We could feel it. It wasn't like
it was like you see them working really well together, and I think like there was a lot of team bonding for this experience, and it shows.
Yes.
So like 10 out of 10 will recommend. Like, it's
super
really,
enjoyable.
Really good.
It's not a masterpiece, but it's not supposed to be.
No,
it's an actually it's for entertainment, you know.
Like it gives you that adrenaline kick. You come out of the movie and you're energized. It's like those kind of film that you go watch to just leave everything outside and just get lost in a story. And this does it beautifully. I thought for that kind of movie as well, 10 out of 10. Like it hits every single thing. And mark,
actually. I want to show it to my husband. I would recommend it to anyone.
Even if you're not a fan of Formula One, absolutely give it a shot, because it's gonna change your view of the sport, as well as like it's just gonna purely entertain you.
Have you guys seen Rush?
Yes. So Rush is slightly more leaning towards. Not slightly, I mean, he's leaning towards the emotional side of the thing a lot more, but because of the story, obviously, you know.
That is more in going in depth into the two main characters, because there is a tragedy involved.
Yes.
So
Yes,
it's
exactly,
more like
yes.
a biopic rather than
Yes.
what is
Yes.
Formula One is. Formula
It's
One
a
is
real
just pure
story.
entertainment. Yeah.
Yes, it's a true story. Yeah, Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack, no? As well for Rush,
Yes.
which is incredible.
He's always around.
The bit. Yeah, it's incredible. And it's Chris Hemsworth, no?
Yeah.
And I don't remember the other
I
actor.
don't remember his name. It's Zemo. It's Baron Zemo from
Yeah, that
Avengers.
does
I don't
Niki
remember his
Lauda,
name.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And so they're different, very different. One is for entertainment, the other one obviously is a
Daniel
little more
Brühl.
towards the emotional.
That
you
plays
know.
Niki Lauda.
Yes, here we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would recommend it to anyone, honestly.
Absolutely.
Very good movie. And I'm happy because it's doing very well. It grossed 300 million so far, which is the record breaking for Apple. It's the movie that made more money of Apple
Nice.
production,
It's very good.
which is
Yeah.
good because Apple actually lost a lot of money with some of the movies that they invested in, which was a great gamble because obviously they invested in Killers of the Flower Moon, which is great because it's a fantastic movie.
And then they
by-
wasted money on Napoleon.
Oh, well, that's different. But like by Martin Scorsese, so they invest on projects that are also risky, but they lost a lot of money because $250 million was the budget for Killers, which made like 50 million. So it's good that they're starting to get their head around it.
And I'm pretty sure that pairing up and partnering up with Warner Bros. Did help a lot
Yes.
more.
Yes,
Because
I
there's
agree.
been more buzz and more junkets and more everything in
Mm-hmm.
terms of like press. And it's been visually everywhere,
Yeah.
which never happens.
It's a new market for them. I guess
Yeah.
it's a good thing that they actually pair with someone that has done
That does
before.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been doing it for years.
So, great. Moving on to not so great.
No, don't tell me that.
Jurassic World Rebirth. So
It did not. It was not Rebirth.
It was a
it was
premature
not
rebirth.
No.
It was a very painful birth.
So Jurassic World Rebirth is the
Seventh.
I think it's the first of another trilogy because the trilogy with Chris Pratt and Bryce
I would say
Howard
that you
is
can
finished.
consider this still the seventh installment of the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World franchise.
I was gonna say Jurassic World.
But this is
Yes.
more like it probably it can be considered as a standalone. To be honest, it doesn't relate to any of the others.
Damn.
Yeah, so F1 was directed by the Joseph Kosinski, Top Gun Maverick. This one is directed by the director of Rogue One, who
Dora the
is
Explorer.
Gareth Edwards.
I like
So-
that one.
Rogue One, Star Wars, Rogue One. Yeah,
like
yeah, me too.
I
The
thought you was gonna say a
screenwriter is the
horrible
same
movie.
of the original Jurassic Park, which is a bit painful thinking about the results. But anyway,
The voice cracking.
it's going well in terms of money. It's done $322 million. The budget was 180. It's a Jurassic Park movie. Obviously, it's
You go for
it's
the
gonna
dinosaurs,
make money. Yeah.
I do
But
go
now,
for the
is
dinosaurs. You're right.
and you live for Dolores.
Yeah, but is it? So I could not even describe the plot, to be honest.
If you want, I
'cause-
can do it for you.
Yes, because it is such a mashup of things that we have already seen. Every movie.
I don't think there's anything original in the story itself. It's the same format. So you have in the island, you have a laboratory. At this laboratory, instead of working on DNA, they're actually working on the
Mutants.
DNA of the existing
cross,
already dinosaurs, but they
yeah.
are modifying them genetically and making hybrid or mixture of they are creating new dinosaurs because humans are getting tired of watching the same things.
Yes, but it's
trilogy.
to the extreme in this one. Like the freaking monsters. Like they're not even dinosaurs,
they're
which
not
I didn't
making a lot of, like,
appreciate
good-
because I'm like, what is that? An alien?
Yeah.
Like it looked like Alien at some point. Instead of,
So they're doing this experiment and something goes wrong and they have to abandon the island and they leave the dinosaurs there, unsupervised. The rest of the world is kind of like, oh, dinosaurs are now old stories. We can see them everywhere.
and there is the usual pharma exec, which is Martin Krebs, which
they're
wants
studying
to basically
basically-
make money by doing this.
They
Getting
need to find
the
a
blood
cure
of the
for the
dinosaurs.
heart disease for humans.
Yes, exactly.
And
Getting
they
the blood of the
discovered
dinosaurs and finding a cure for heart disease. And he goes to Scarlett Johansson, who's Zora Bennett, and as a mission specialist. So she's the badass. So she's basically redoing Black Widow 2.0. And Jonathan Bailey is the paleontologist, Dr. Henry Loomis. And they go on this mission on this island to get the blood of these dinosaurs.
Yeah, they need to. The mission. The difficult part of the mission is that they need to gather blood samples from the dinosaurs, but while they're alive, the blood needs
While
to
they
be
are alive, yes. So Jonathan Bailey is the paleontologist. Dr. Henry, he builds this kind of
massive
syringe
syringe that you can shoot out the
and
dinosaur.
extract itself.
Yeah, it
when
will
it's
extract the
full
blood
of
itself,
blood.
and then it will parachute itself off of the dinosaur
So
to
they
land
created a
back.
turkey baster for dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Of course, being dinosaurs, it's like you have the three elements. You have the dinosaur from the sea, the dinosaur from Earth, and the dinosaur from the air.
sky.
Exactly. So it's like Dunkirk, but for dinosaurs, basically.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have the dinosaur from the fire. We will
Yeah.
never expect it.
I mean, I don't want to kill it because it is entertaining, but it does feels like a tad long. It
My
does
God,
feels
it
like
was so
something that we
boring.
already saw.
I don't want to kill him, Martina.
No, because you said it was entertaining. I found it so boring. Like the first hour, they could cut it completely. Like who cares? Also, they did. So they were trying to give some emotional background to these characters. So they gave them like a tier. You know, how do you say it?
Tearjerker storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she loses a friend. He lost
and
his
he loses
son.
his son and whatever. But
The,
they don't.
the paleontologist is losing his job. So
Yeah.
everybody's losing something.
But nobody cares about these characters, even with that. Like Alan Grant, he had a passion for his job, but that was all.
And he hated kids.
Yeah, you know, and they had a personality. Like actually, the love for them was given by their performance. Like you know, what the hell was that?
That was a child parachuting himself somewhere, I guess. I'm really sorry.
Oh my god! I thought it was
It's
a
the
dinosaur.
sound of summer.
I thought it was a dinosaur sneaking in.
Kind of, yeah.
So,
We can leave it at that. It was a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
yeah. So and then we have Mahershala Ali, who's won an Oscar, probably two actually, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
One for sure. Anyway, he's doing. He's the driver. He's the skipper, basically. He's got his boat and he's leading them
Honestly,
there.
he's the captain of the boat. He provides the boat
he's
itself.
the
so he's
captain
the
of the boat, and he's helping them in their mission. I love him, but he's great in everything he does. He's underused here. I mean, we didn't need him. Scarlett Johansson does the same thing all over again. Jonathan Bailey.
He's
his
underused
character
as well
doesn't-
because
his character
he's
doesn't
really
have
good.
that much depth.
He's really, really good, but I
Yeah.
don't think they give him a lot of depth for his characters to
Yeah.
work on. But that's the thing. That's the problem. The problem with the movie is the story. Because if you don't
And
give
then
your characters...
Feds, we actually forgot the other four guys. How many are them? There are another.
There's the family.
Yeah, there is
And
a
then there's
father.
Dolores. Dolores is the only
Yeah.
one that we need to save of this movie. The
At
little
some point,
baby dinosaur that is more clever than anybody of them.
yes. So at some point, there is this father who who is in his boat, with his two daughters. One of them has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They are Gen Zs.
Yeah.
And they basically, one of the massive dinosaurs, they
attacks them all of a
attacks
sudden.
the boat, and they're stranded, and they get saved by
Our
boat,
beloved
so
mercenaries on a
Marshall
mission.
Ali. And but then they just go by themselves, and then they reunite at the end.
It's like, I think they use them to show you the bad guy of the story. Like, they were just a ploy to show you the bad guy, and
which
to
is the
have
pharma guy, obviously.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
big corporation stuff,
Yeah.
whatever. But like, it's mad. Like, did you want me to hate Gen Zs more? Like, that's how you
I
do
mean,
it.
some of
Those
the most
two characters.
some
the
of the
boy
laugh
and the
came
girl.
from the guy, though.
Yeah, but because he was
There's a
useless.
scene where he's
My God.
taking, literally, he's peeing, and behind him there's like two velociraptors ready to attack, but then something else comes flying over and kills the velociraptors, and he sees it, and like it's midstream, he's terrified, doesn't turn around, so you see everything happening in the background, like the apocalypse, and then all of this gruesome scene ends with him being like, ooh, ooh, and then he starts peeing again, and you hear the sound of pee, and you're like, oh my God, is this really happening?
Yeah, but like these two characters, the boy and the girl, they're like, my God, he's useless and she's useless because she's with him. Like, you could do better, you know what I mean? And she's submitting his family to this idiot.
I like the two kids from the first Jurassic World. They were a nice duo.
Yeah, me too. I like them as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I liked, obviously, the original ones, the Jurassic Park kids.
Nice.
These two kids, the little kid was okay, actually. And,
yeah, she's traumatized, and so you understand why she wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
She stopped talking all of a sudden. She's been chased around by dinosaurs, but
and the little dinosaur.
she does befriend a little dinosaur, a baby Triceratops or something that follows her, and she calls him Dolores.
It's hilarious. Yeah,
And I loved it because Dolores was the best.
Yeah. They are from around that island.
Yeah, the Ecuador probably, because basically all the dinosaurs now live around the Ecuador because that's the only area of planet Earth that they can survive in.
I was very confused because, so the other thing is, this movie is shot on 35 millimeters and using Panavision anamorphic lenses, combining animatronics and CGI for lifelike effect of the dinosaurs, which I didn't get.
Yeah, the last dinosaur was a no. The last dinosaur was an abomination. Like
that was
an abomination.
Alien. We didn't need that. It was a mash up with Alien. But like, I didn't feel that this that they were real. You know, like, so the original Jurassic Park, which we are talking about technology of the
1996.
Here we go, 1996. They felt more real to me, but that's because the performances of the actors, like, do you remember the iconic scene where they see the dinosaurs in the valley, right? They do the same thing in this movie, but God, it's like completely different. Like in the first one, you're like, wow, because their face, Laura Dern and Sam Neill, is like, my God, like this is the most important moment of our life.
I think Jonathan Bailey did good there. He did good. He gave that. Yeah, he did good, and he gave a lot of emotions, like the scene where. So first of all, the thing that saves the movie is the soundtrack, because it's the exact same soundtrack as the first movie. Yeah. It's recycled.
Which is sad because it's Alexander Desplat, who to me is a god. He's the imitation game.
He remastered, let's say, the original one, but not adding up too much new touches.
Exactly.
So
which
he
is
didn't.
Sad in a way.
Yeah, which is sad because he's a talented artist. But I feel like the scene where they see the dinosaurs and they're in the field, to me, Jonathan Bailey was the one that sold it. Like I could feel.
You think?
And sense, it spoke to me.
I don't know. I didn't feel like they were real. you know. I don't
But
know
that's
if it
the
was
thing,
for
because
the
I feel
shot.
like they gave it too big of a tail and they made it too big, like it was too much. There's no
Yeah.
need to make a dinosaur bigger than it already is. They made it huge and it was so unnecessary. Like the part where they're like, we are genetically modifying dinosaurs because people are tired to watch the same things. It's classic consumerism propaganda. And I'm not
Yeah.
here for it. Like dinosaurs, I will never get tired of watching a dinosaur. If they will actually make a real dinosaur, I'd be like, wow. I wouldn't get tired of it that you will need to genetically modify to make them bigger. Why? They already are huge. There's no
Yeah.
need to make them bigger. There's no
Yeah,
need to
but
make
Humanity
these...
has a tendency of destroying themselves.
Yeah.
No, but like, you know how I feel with this stuff? It's like, I feel that it's like they are trying to do what they say in Jurassic World, but with us. So I'm scarier, bigger, more teeth, and you think that I'm sold. But I'm not sold.
No.
Like, you need to put something else in there, you know?
You need to sell me the story, and if
Yeah.
the story is flat and there's not much to give the actors to chew on to actually bond with the character, there's not much that they're gonna bring to the screen, and no matter how talented they are.
Yeah. So I have read somewhere, it's the best one since the original one. I really
No.
don't think so. I think after the original one, even the sequel to the original one were really bad. But the Jurassic Worlds, I kind of liked the first one. I found it a good homage, I would say, tribute to the original one. It's basically identical, you know.
Okay.
It's kind of the
You
same.
say tribute, I say copycat.
Yeah, it's kind of the same plot, you know. Even the two dinosaurs fighting at the end, and
You say
they
tribute, I
run
call it
away. Like
plagiarism,
it's
son.
literally the same. Yeah, but I like that more. Like, you know, the sequels to that one weren't that great, even though I liked the return of Alan Grant and I don't remember her name. God, Sam Neill and Laura Dern.
Yeah.
In the last one before this one, and Jeff Goldblum, obviously, come on, he's great. So I actually no, this
But
is
yeah,
one of
like,
the ones
if
that I
you
like the
feel
least.
nostalgic about dinosaurs, go watch it. But
Anything
you can
else?
also wait.
leave it.
Yeah, you can also wait for it to become available to watch streaming
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, because so, for example, F1, I would rewatch it. I will rewatch it for sure. This one, I will never rewatch.
No.
I don't feel like it's worth my time. Also, F1, we forgot to say that it's 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it
Oh.
feels like 1 hour less.
Yeah, it's like it goes super fast.
Yeah,
These
this
other
one,
nah. It
it's
was so
not
slow,
I
man.
think it's 2 hours, not even that, but it felt like 3 days
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, it was really long. It was
Yeah.
unnecessarily long.
Yeah, and they've done an hour that it was like quiet.
Mhm.
It's like quiet hour.
Yeah.
And then they started to do some dinosaur action, but like it's Jurassic Park. Come on, it needs to be a bit more action packed. Anyway, moving to the next, which Julia also has seen. Before Jurassic World, we were able to see the 70-second teaser first shown before Jurassic World for the Odyssey. Christopher Nolan, the Odyssey, which opens with a voiceover, which apparently might be Robert Pattinson, not Tom Holland.
Which is always a good
Interesting.
move. It's always a good
Apparently.
move with the voiceover.
Apparently. Because he says, darkness, Zeus law smashed to pieces. I'm without a king since my master died.
I wouldn't know because the two ladies behind us were talking.
They were talking, yes. And I turned to them and I said, you need to shut up. This is not a place for talking. And this is the cinema. Go to the freaking bar if you want to talk. Anyway, there is a, obviously, Tempest tossed sea, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We see Tom Holland as Telemachus in it.
Mm-hmm.
We also see John Bernthal. John Bernthal, who is he playing? Menelaus, no?
Yeah, he is.
Menelaus, and Tom Holland talks to Menelaus. He asks, he says, I have to find out what happened to my father.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, you know, he responds. And then there is also a shot of Matt Damon on a
Stranded on a piece of wood.
Yes, which I'm very sure that Nolan actually put him on a piece of wood in the middle of the open sea.
Why are you shocked?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yes. Release date 17th of July. It's the most expensive project to date of Christopher Nolan, $250 million budget, which is $150 million more than Oppenheimer. So it's quite a lot. What did you think?
It definitely sparks interest. It gives a good, what they're gonna do. I like the colors of it. I like that there's gonna be a lot of dark blue, dark black, and red in it, I'm sure. Which on its own could have deep meaning, because Nolan likes to play with colors. So I feel like there's gonna be somewhere where the tones of the story are gonna give you the point of view. A little bit like he did in Oppenheimer, like he did in Tenet.
Yeah.
What do you thought, Ju?
How did I haven't seen it.
I thought you said you saw it.
No, I haven't seen it. It's a teaser. It hasn't come out.
Okay. I thought you said you saw it.
No.
Okay.
I haven't. I was so confused. I looked at because it's a teaser before the movies, so I haven't seen it
okay.
unless
So
I went.
No,
they
but it was
showed us
leaked. That's why I thought you saw it. It was leaked on the internet on the 1st of July, which I haven't seen it leaked because I wanted
It's
to.
not
die.
leaked. I can assure you, it's not leaked.
Yeah, now they removed it everywhere.
Oh, okay.
But,
No, because
yeah.
I was like, I'm sure.
No,
I
but
would
we
have seen
watched it in the cinema. I didn't watch it
that's
leaked.
right.
I hate leaks.
No, we watched it before
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
Yeah. I thought it was. I don't know,
It gets
was
people
good.
talking.
Yeah, but like I expected a bit more, you know.
No, not from this one. Like
you think
all
because
the
it's a teaser.
All the trailers for like I still remember the trailer for Tenet, and I still remember the trailer for Dunkirk. It gave nothing. It gave nothing away.
No, the trailer for Dunkirk really didn't give anything, honestly.
But I don't know. It excited me more. I remember.
I am excited for this one. Like I'm curious to see how.
I am excited as well, but I have to be honest. I think what turned me off was the first shot of Tom Holland. Oof. Like I don't hate the guy, by the way. I really don't. But like I cannot really see him doing
I see the
something
annoying
serious.
Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I cannot see him do something serious.
I hope we'll be surprised positively.
No, I'm sure we will be. I mean, I trust
stand by the
in
fact
Nolan.
that
We
you guys haven't
trust.
seen The Crowded Room.
Yeah, I should. In Nolan we trust, but yeah, I was like, no, I cannot. But then we'll see.
I mean, it's a classical Nolan trailer, so it's supposed to attract the audience, but also leave them kind of like hanging and confused. So it did that.
So this is, by the way, this is
confused,
in perfect Nolan timing because the teaser is normally in July, which means which is a year before, which means we will probably see the first actual trailer close to Christmas.
Absolutely.
Because that's normally his timing. So there is normally the first trailer close to Christmas, and then there is another trailer like about 3 months later, and then we have a premiere in July, and the movie is coming out.
Which the premiere is already going to be a mess because there's so many actors in it. So
yeah.
Yes. Yes. Did we? I forgot if we mentioned that Netflix released the Still for Steve, which is the new Netflix movie with Cillian Murphy.
No.
I don't think we talked about that.
Yeah, it's coming out in October, I think, 3rd of October on Netflix, but it's coming out earlier in selected cinemas because it's not a blockbuster, obviously.
I think they might want to campaign it for the Oscars, so they have to release it theatrically.
Yes, exactly. It's an adaptation of Max Porter book Shy, which I read. It's quite incredible. It's about a troubled young men which are in a basically institution for rehabilitation with these teachers that are, educators that are working with them, and Steve is one of the educator. So it's a flipped perspective. In the book, actually, the kid is the main character. In the movie, the educator will be the main character. So it's interesting. We'll see. There's not a trailer yet, but I guess we'll see it soon because it's coming out in October.
Yeah,
so.
Probably.
Yeah, I think they might be late with post-production if they didn't show a trailer yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited for that, obviously. I think we have done enough.
Yeah.
We've been yapping for 3 hours and a half.
Yes, next episode we will have Feds and Julie. I will rest my soul. Talking about The Bear, a new season, Sandman.
The Sandman, yeah.
And
I will be
Squid
yapping
Game.
about Squid Game and the Sandman, and Federico
Yeah.
will be yapping about Squid
About-
Game, the Sandman, and the Bear.
Yes. So I leave it with you, and I think we're done for today.
Yes.
Also, there is a background of kids that I hope
I think I'm gonna.
you
I'm
not
gonna
hear.
have a
I'm
look.
really sorry that there's nothing that I can do,
But
unfortunately.
that's because we're doing Jurassic World, so like
It's
it's fine. We
so
have
I'm
kids in
really
the background.
wishing for a dinosaur to just show up.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Sorry.